ಸಂಸಾರದಾವಾ ನಲಲಿದ ಲೋಕ ಪ್ರಾಣಯ ಕಾರುಣ್ಯ ಗಣ ಗಣಾತ್ವಂ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಸ್ಯ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಗುರುನಾನವಸ್ಯ ವಂದೇ ಗುರು ಶ್ರೀ ಚರಣಾರವಿಂದಂ महाप्रभो कीर्तन नृत्य गीता वादित्रमाध्यान् मनसुरसेना रोमाञ्चकं पाश्रुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणारविन्दम् श्री विग्रहाराधन नित्यनाना शृङ्गारतान् मन्दिरमर्जनाद युक्तस्य भक्तांश्च नियुज्यतोऽपि वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणारविन्दम् चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत्प्रसादा स्वादन्न तृप्तान् हरिभक्तसङ्गान् कृत्वैव तृप्तिं भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणारविन्दम् श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्नाम् प्रतीक्षणा स्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणारविन्दम् निकुञ्जयूनो रतिकेलिसिद्ध्यै यायालिभिर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया तत्रातिदाक्ष्यादतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणारविन्दम् साक्षादरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे उक्तस्तथा भव एव सद्भिः उक्तस्तथा भाव्यत एव सद्भिः किन्तु प्रभोर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम् यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादान्न गति कुतोऽपि ध्यायन्स्तु वांस्तस्य यशस्त्रिसन्ध्यां वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम् नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्या प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्या प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम्। Saku Yesodabhiolukhaladhavamanam Paramrishtam atyantato drutya gopya Rudam tamuhu netra yugmam rijantam Karamboja yugmena satanka netram Muhushvasakam patri rekhanka kantha Stitagraivam damodaram bhakti baddham Iti driksvalilabhir anandakunde Swagosham nimajantam akyapayantam Tadiyeshitadnyeshu bhaktairjitatvam Puna prematastam sata vritti vande Varam deva moksham na mokshavadim va Na chanyam praneham vare sadapiha Idam teva purnatha gopala balam Sada me manasya virashtam kimanyai Idam te mukhambojam atyanta nilai Vratam kuntalai snigdha raktasya gopya Mohochumbitam bimba raktadharam me Manasya virashtam alam lakshalabhai Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabdimagnam Kripa Drishti Vrishtyati Dinam Batanu Gruhane Shamamajnam Edakshidrusya Kuveratmajau Baddha Murtaiva Yadva Tvaya Mochitau Bhakti Bhajau Krutau Cha Tatha prema bhaktim swakamya prayacha Namokshe graho mesti damodareha नमस्तेस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदराय च विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर श्री राधे जय राधा नील माधव श्री राधे जय सीताराम जय लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम जय लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय जगन्नाथ जय बालादेवा जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शन चक्र जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा
Jai Om Shrinupada Paramahamsa Prataka Acharya Stota Shata Shishmat His Divine Grace Aparchana Vrinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON BBTPI Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Shrinupada Paramahamsa Prataka Acharya Stota Shata Shishmat His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Ki Jai Nam Acharya Srila Haridasa Ki Jai Premise Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Ki Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrajabhumi Vrindavandam Ki Jai Shri Navadip Mayapradam Ki Jai Purushottam Chaitra Jagannath Dam Ki Jai Shri Ayodhya Dam Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Samavrita Bhaktavinda Ki Jai Shri Dhananjaya Pandita Disappearance Day Ki Jai Shri Srinivas Acharya Disappearance Day Ki Jai Shri Gadadhar Das Goswami Tirobhava Mahosava ki jai, Shri Pancha Tattva ki jai, Shri Gopashtami Gostashtami ki jai, Shri Yashoda Damdar ki jai, Shri Radha Damdar ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glory to Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadadaine Hiranyakasipurvakshaha Silatankanakalaye Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha Yeto Yeto Yami Tato Nrsimha Bahe Nrsimha Hrudaye Nrsimha Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapadye Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Singam Dalita Hiranyakasipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Dalita Hiranyakasipu Jaya Narasimhadev, 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 Jaya Narasimhadev. Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Let's read the translation together. To the Supreme Lord, whose form embodies eternity in knowledge and bliss, whose earrings swing to and fro, who shines beautifully in Gokula, who quickly ran from the grinding mortar inferior Mother Yashoda, and who was caught from behind by her, who ran faster than he, To the Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Upon seeing his mother's whipping stick, he cried and rubbed his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes were fearful, and his quick breathing shook the strand of pearls on his neck, which bore 3 lights like those on a conch shell. To that Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, whose belly is bound with the ropes his mother pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. With these super excellent childhood pastimes, Lord Krishna joined the residents of Gokula in pure ecstasy. In this way, he declared to those absorbing knowledge his majesty and opulence. I am conquered only by my pure loving devotees. With great love, I again offer my obeisances, Lord Damodar, hundreds of times. Oh Lord, though you can award all kinds of benedictions, I pray to you neither for the boon in personal liberation, nor for the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor for any other such boon. Oh Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bala Gopala in Vrindavana may ever be manifest in my heart. For what use do I have for any other boon besides this? Oh Lord, again and again Mother Yashoda kisses your lotus face, which is framed by locks of soft black hair, tinged with red, and beautified by your lips colored red like the bimba fruit. May this vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands of other benedictions have no use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisance unto you. O Damodar, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O Lord, be pleased upon me. Shower me with your merciful glances and deliver this poor ignorant fool immersed in ocean-worthy sorrows and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodar, as a baby tied to a grinding mortar, you delivered Kuvir's 2 sons from the curse of Narada and made them to great devotees. In the same way, please be devotion for you. I long for this alone and have no desire for any kind of liberation. O Lord Damodar, obeisance unto the brilliantly effulgent robe binding your belly. Obeisance unto your belly, the abode of the entire universe. Obeisance unto your dear most beloved Srimati Radharani, and obeisance unto you, O Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes. Shri Radha Damodara ki jai. Vrindaya Tulasi Devyai Piyaya Keshava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulasi Devyai Piyaya Keshava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulasi Devyai Priyaya Keshava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavataya Namo Namaha. Vrinda Devi Tulasi Maharani ki jai.
Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha. Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha. Radha Krishna Seva Pavo E Abhilashi. Radha Krishna Seva Pavo E Abhilashi. जे तुम्हारा शरण लो तारा वंश पूर्ण हो. मोराये अभिलाष विलास कुंज दियो वास नयने हरिबो सदा युगल रूपरासी नयने हरि सदा ये निवेदन दारो सखीरनुगत कोरो सेवाधिकारा दिए कोरो निज दासी दीना कृष्ण दासे को ये न मोरा हो दीना कृष्ण दासे को ये न मोरा हो श्री राधा गोविंदा प्रेमे सदा ये न भासी श्री राधा गोविंदा प्रेमे सदा ये न भासी यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्राणशन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय वृंदा देवी जय वृंदा देवी जय वृंदा देवी जय वृंदा देवी नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की वृंदाए तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशव सचा विष्णु भक्ति प्रते देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः श्री वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशव सचा विष्णु भक्ति प्रते देवे सत्यवताय नमो नमः श्री वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशव सचा कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः तुलसी महारानी की जय
Please give me the privilege devotional service and make me own maidservant. This very fallen lowly servant of Krishna prays. May I always swim in the love, Shri Radha and Govinda, Srimati Tulasi Maharani ki jai. There are 10 fences in the matter of chanting holy names should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who dedicate their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name of the demigods, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, to be equal to independent name Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of a spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Veda literature pursuing the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glory of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities and strength of chanting the holy name. 8. To consider chanting Hare Krishna one of auspicious ritualistic activities, offering the Vedas, fruity activities, karma, kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about glorious holy name. 10. To not complete faith in the chanting holy names, and to maintain material attachments in understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense with inattentive while chanting. Every devotee claims to Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to achieve desired success, Krishna, Prema. Now let us offer most humble wishes on all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just as I trees who confute everyone, and the full compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. One Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhava Mahatavakni Nirvapanam Shriya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavatu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnarmita Sadhanam Sarvatmasnapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra Pita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaha Etadishi Tava Kripa Bhagavam Mamapi Durudevami Disham Yaha Janina Nurakaha Trinatapi Sunijena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadaharihi Na Thanam Na Janam Na Sundarim Kavitam Vajagadisha Kamaye Mama Jammani Jamanishware Babada Bhaktir Haituki Tvai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Man Vishame Bhavam Buddha Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Stita Duri Satesham Vichintaya Nayanam Galadashru Daraya Vatanam Gadgada Rudaya Gira Pulakai Nichitam Vapu Kada Tava Nama Grahane Pavishati Yuga Itam Nimishena Chakshusha Pravisha Itam Shunya Itam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahe Name Ashirishava Padaratam Pinnashtumam Adarshanam Marmhatam Karotuva Yatha Tatha Va Vitatha Lampato Mat Prana Nathastu Se Eva Na Paraha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam Ki Jai. Glory to Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes fire of conditional life repeated by birth and death. This particular movement is the prime benediction of humanity in large, because it spreads a rays and benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendent knowledge. It increases ocean transcendent bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone grant all benediction human beings. Thus you have hundreds of millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have vested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, our kindness enables us to easily approach you by holy name, but I'm so unfortunate I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, thinking himself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more taller than the tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I'm your eternal servitor, yet somehow I fall into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms of your lotus feet. O my Lord, while my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constant when I chant holy name, while my voice choke up and hairs my body stand and the recitation of your name. O Govinda, feeling your separation comes a moment to be like a great millennium. Tears are flowing from eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything, everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord, unconditionally. Shri Chaitanya Shastakam Ki Jai. Shri Mangala Charnam Prayers Ki Jai. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragnantang Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhuitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachadya Desha Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Dayitaya Kripaptaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhavin Namaha มาตุโยจลเพรมาเดชรูปานุกบักติตชิกรคารณาชักติวิกรหายนมสตุเต Namaste Gauravani Shi Mutaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruta Pasiddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sasha Vairagya Mutaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virpava Bhumistvam Nirdishta Jajana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarabhaumashi Jagannataya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakham Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karna Sindho Dinabandho Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Srathor Pangor Mamamanda Materkati Masarvasva Padam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Divya Dvindaranya Kapajo Mada Shimadrana Singhasanasto Shimad Radha Shila Govinda Devo Prishtari Pi Sevyamano Smarami Shiman Rasa Rasarambi Vamsivata Tatastitaha Karasham Vinu Saner Gopir Gopinatha Shiyistunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Dadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Mangalacharna prayers ki jai Shri Paramasamhita ki jai Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govinda Sarva Charana Charanam Chintamani Praskarasat Masukalpaviksha Rakshariteshu Surabi Rabi Palayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shatasam Pramasevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Venung Kavanantam Aravinda Dalaya Daksham Parharatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Gantarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shopam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Alola Chantakala Savanamare Vamshi Ranangadam Panayakiri Kalavilasam Shamam Tepanga Laditam Yata Prakasham Govindam Hadi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vrittimanti Pashanti Panti Karayanti Chiram Chakanti Ananda Chimma Sadu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Hadi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Advaitam Achotam Anadi Mananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vede Shudurabam Madurabam Atma Bhakta Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Pantastu Koti Shatavassara Sampragamyo Vayurathapi Manaso Munipangavaanam Sophiyasti Yaprapada Simya Vichinta Tatve Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Aikopya Sora Chaitum Jagatanta Kotim Ya Chakti Rasti Jagatanta Chaya Yatanta Antantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Yad Bhava Bhavita Diyo Manujastateva Samprapya Rupa Mahima Sanayana Bhusha Suktaryam Eva Nikama Patitai Stuvanti Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Ananda Chimmerasa Patibhavitapi Tape Evan Jarupataya Kalapihi Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilatma Bhutto Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Premanjana Churutha Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadeva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundam Achintya Guna Swarupam Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Ramati Murtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan Nanavataram Akaro Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhava Parama Pumam Yo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Pajami. Krishna, who knows Govinda, the Supreme Godhead. He has internal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, and he is the prime cause of all causes.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor who is tending the cows, yielding all desire in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or gopis.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with peacock's feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of a blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord. Round his neck is swinging a garland of flowers beautified with the moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold bending form of Shamsundar is eternally manifest.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusha. Yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayama by drilling the respiration, or by the jnanis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of elimination of the mundane, extending over thousands of millions of years.
He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him and is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore.
Who is imbued with devotion, sing the mantra suktas told by the Vedas by gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, conveyances, and ornaments.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, residing in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency possessed of the 64 artistic activities in the company of her confidants, Sakis, embodiments of the extensions of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever-blissful spiritual rasa. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shamsundar, Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts, with the eye of devotion tinged with the salve of love.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who manifested himself personally as Krishna and the different avatars in the world in the forms of Rama, Narsimha, Vamana, etc. as his subjective portions.
Sri Brahma Samhita ki jai. Bhagavad Gita 7.1 purport. Srinvatam swakata Krishna punyasravana kirtanaha hridayanta histo hi abhadrani vidunoti suhritsatam nasta prayesva abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki tada rajastamo bhava kama lobhadayaschaye cheta eter anavidam stitam sattve prasidati एवं प्रसन्न मनसो भगवत भक्ति योगतः भगवत तत्व विज्ञानम मुक्त संगस्य जायते विद्यते हृदय ग्रंथेश्चिद्यन्ते सर्व समस्याः क्षीयन्ते च कर्माणि दृष्टा एवात्मनीश्वरे.
To hear about Krishna from Vedic literatures or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita, it's itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lusts and avarice are diminished. When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of pure goodness, becomes enlivened by devotional service, and understands the science of God perfectly. Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once to the stage of asamshayam samagramma, understanding of the supreme absolute truth, personality of Godhead. Bhagavad Gita 1.2.17 to 21. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the science of Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 20. Ato pasprisya salilam sandate tat samahitam ajanan api samharam pranakrichra upastite. Atha, thus, upasprasya, touching in sanctity, salilam, water, sandade, chanting the hymns, tat, that, samahitaha, being in concentration, ajnanam, without knowing, api, although, samharam, withdrawal, pranakrichre, life being put in danger, upastite, being placed in such a position. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Since his life was in danger, he touched water in sanctity and concentrated upon the chanting of the hymns for throwing nuclear weapons. Although he did not know how to withdraw such weapons. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The subtle forms of material activities are finer than grosser methods of material manipulation. Such subtle forms of material activities are effected through purification of sound. The same method is adopted here by chanting hymns to act as nuclear weapons.
1.7.21 Tata pratushkritam teja prachandam sarvato disham pranapadam abhiprekshya vishnum jishnur uvachaha. Tata, thereafter, pradushkritam, disseminated, tejaha, glare, prachandam, fierce, sarvataha, all around, disham, directions, prana, apadam, affecting life, abhiprekshya, having observed it, vishnum, unto the Lord, jishnu, Arjuna, uvacha, said, ha, in the past. Thereupon, a glaring translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Thereupon, a glaring light spread in all directions. It was so fierce that Arjuna thought his own life in danger, and so he began to address Lord Shri Krishna.
Arjuna Vacha Krishna Krishna Mahabaho Bhaktanam Abhayanakara Tvam Eko Dayamananam Apavargo Samsrite. Arjuna Vacha, Arjuna said, Krishna, O Lord Krishna, Krishna, O Lord Krishna, Mahabaho, he who is the Almighty, Bhaktanam, of the devotees, Abhayankara, eradicating the fears of, Tvam, you, Eka, alone, Dayamanana, those who are suffering from, Apavarga, the path of liberation, Asi, or Samshrite, in the midst of material miseries. Translation. Arjuna said, O my Lord Sri Krishna, you are the Almighty Personality of Godhead. There is no limit to your different energies. Therefore, only you are competent to instill the fearlessness in the hearts of your devotees. Everyone in the flames of material miseries can find the path of liberation in you only. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Arjuna was aware of the transcendental qualities of Lord Sri Krishna, as he had already experienced them before the Kurukshetra war, in which both of them were present. Therefore, Arjuna's version of Lord Krishna is authoritative. Krishna is almighty and especially the cause of fearlessness for the devotees. A devotee of the Lord is always fearless because of the protection given by the Lord. Material existence is something like a blazing fire in the forest, which can be extinguished by the mercy of the Lord Shri Krishna. The spiritual master is the mercy representative of the Lord. Therefore, a person burning in the flames of material existence may receive the rays of mercy of the Lord through the transparent medium of the self-realized spiritual master. The spiritual master, by his words, can penetrate into the heart of the suffering person and inject knowledge transcendental, which alone can extinguish the fire of material existence. Text 23. Tvam adya purusha sakshat Ishvara prakrite para mayam vyudasya chikchaktya kaivalye sthita atmani. Tvam adya, you are the original, Purusha, the enjoying personality, Sakshat, directly, Ishvara, the controller, Prakriti, of material nature, Para, transcendental, Mayam, the material energy, Vyudasya, one who has thrown aside, Chit Saktya, by dint of internal potency, Kaivalye, in pure eternal knowledge and bliss. Sthita, place.
Atmani, own self. Translation.
You are the original Purusha, personality of Godhead
Who expands himself all over the creations and is transcendental to material energy. You have cast away the effects of the material energy by dint of your spiritual potency. You are always situated in eternal bliss and transcendental knowledge. Purport.
The Lord states in the Bhagavad Gita that one who surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord can get release from the clutches of nescience. Krishna is just like the sun, and Maya, or material existence, is just like darkness. Whenever there is light of the sun, darkness or ignorance at once vanishes. The best means to get out of the world of ignorance is suggested here. The Lord is addressed herein as the original personality of Godhead. From him all other personalities of Godhead expand. The all-pervasive Lord Vishnu is Lord Krishna's plenary portion or expansion. The Lord expands himself in innumerable forms of Godhead and living beings, along with his different energies. But Sri Krishna is the original primeval Lord from whom everything emanates. Everything emanates. The all-pervasive feature of the Lord experienced within the manifested world is also a partial representation of the Lord. Paramatma, therefore, is included within him. He is the absolute personality of Godhead. He has nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material manifestation, because he is far above the material creation. Darkness is a perverse representation of the sun, and therefore the existence of darkness depends on the existence of the sun. But in the sun proper, there is no trace of darkness. As the sun is full of light only, similarly the absolute personality of Godhead beyond the material existence is full of bliss. He is not only full of bliss, but also full of transcendental variegatedness. Transcendence is not at all static, but full of dynamic variegatedness. He is distinct from the material nature, which he is complicated by the three modes of material nature. He is Paramatma, or Parama, or the chief. Therefore, he is absolute. He has manifold energies. And through his diverse energies, he creates, manifests, maintains, and destroys the material world. In his own abode, however, everything is eternal and absolute. The world is not conducted by the energies or powerful agents by themselves, but by the potent, all-powerful with all energies. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 24. Sa eva jiva lokasya maya mohita chetasa vidatse svena viryena sreyo dharmadi lakshanam. Sa, that transcendence, eva, certainly, jiva lokasya, of the conditioned living beings, maya mohita, captivated by the illusory energy, chetasa, by the heart, vidatse, execute, svena, by your own, viryena, influence, sreya, ultimate goal, dharma adi, for four principles of liberation, lakshanam, characterized by. Translation. And yet, though you are beyond the purview of the material energy, you execute the four principles of liberation characterized by religion and so on for the ultimate good of the conditioned souls. Purport. The purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, out of His causeless mercy, descends on the manifested world without being influenced by the material modes of nature. He is eternally beyond the material manifestations. He descends out of His causeless mercy only to reclaim the fallen souls who are captivated by the illusory energy. They are attacked by the material energy and they want to enjoy her under false pretexts. Although in essence the living entity is unable to enjoy, one is eternally the servitor of the Lord. And when he forgets this position, he thinks of enjoying the material world, but factually he is in illusion. The Lord descends to eradicate this false sense of enjoyment and thus reclaim conditioned souls back to Godhead. That is the all-merciful nature of the Lord for the fallen souls.
Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 25. Tadayam chavataraste bhuvubara jigirshaya shwanam chananya bhavanam anudyanaya cha shakrit. Tada, thus, I am this, cha and avatara, incarnation, te, your, bhuva, of the material world, bara, burden, jihirshaya, for removing, shwanam, of the friends, cha anaya bhavanam, and of the exclusive devotees, Anudhyanaya, for remembering repeatedly, Cha, and Asakrit, fully satisfied. Translation: Thus you descend as an incarnation to remove the burden of the world and to benefit your friends, especially those who are your exclusive devotees and are wrapped in meditation upon you. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. It appears that the Lord is partial to His devotees. Everyone is related with the Lord. He is equal to everyone, yet He is more inclined to His own men and devotees. The Lord is everyone's Father. No one can be His Father, and yet no one can be His Son. His devotees are His kinsmen, and His devotees are His relations. This is His transcendental pastime. It has nothing to do with the mundane ideas of relations, fatherhood, or anything like that. As mentioned above, the Lord is above the modes of material nature, and thus there is nothing mundane about His kinsmen and relations in devotional service.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 26. Kim idam svit kuto veti deva deva na vedmaya aham sarvato mukam ayati tejaha parama darunama. Kim, what is? Idam, this. With, does it come? Kutaha, where from? Vati, be either. Deva Deva, O Lord of Lords. Na, not. Ved me, do I know. Aham, I. Sarvataha, all around. Mukum, directions. Ayati, coming from. Tejaha, effulgence. Parama, every much. Darunam, dangerous. Translation by translation. O Lord of Lords, how is it that this dangerous effulgence is spreading all around? Where does it come from? I don't understand it. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Anything that is presented before the personality of Godhead should be so done after due presentation of respectful prayers. That is the standard procedure. And Sri Arjuna, although an intimate friend of the Lord, is observing the method for general information.
Text 27, Canto 1, Chapter 7. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Vetedam Drona Putrasya Brahmam Astram Pradarshitam Naivasau Veda Samharam Pranabhadha Upashite. Shri Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Uvacha, said, Veta, just know from me, Idam, this, Drona Putrasya, of the son of Drona, Brahmam Astram, hymns of the Brahma nuclear weapon, Brahmastram, hymns of the Brahma nuclear weapon, Pradarshitam, exhibited, Na, not, Eva, even, Asau, he, Veda, know it, Samharam, retractions, Pranabhade, extinction of life. Upastite, being imminent. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, know from me that this is the act of the son of Drona. He has thrown the hymns of nuclear energy, Brahmastra, and he does not know how to retract the glare. He has helplessly done this, being afraid of imminent death. The Brahmastra is similar to the modern nuclear weapon manipulated by atomic energy. The atomic energy works wholly on total combustibility, and so the Brahmastra also acts. It creates an intolerable heat similar to atomic radiation, but the difference is that the atomic bomb is a gross type of nuclear weapon, whereas the Brahmastra is a subtle type of weapon produced by chanting hymns. It is a different science, and in the days gone by, such science was cultivated in the land of Bharatavarsha. The subtle science of chanting hymns is also material, but it has yet to be known by the modern material scientist. Subtle material science is not spiritual, but it has a direct relationship with the spiritual method, which is still subtler. A chanter of hymns knew how to apply the weapon as well as how to retract it. That was perfect knowledge. But the son of Dronacharya, who made use of this subtle science, did not know how to retract. He applied it, being afraid of his imminent death, and thus the practice was not only improper but also irreligious. As the son of the Brahmana, he should not have made so many mistakes, and for such gross negligence of duty, he was to be punished by the Lord himself.
Nahi asyana tamam kinchid ashtram pratyavakarashnanam jahi astate jaunadam astragnya nyohi astrate jasa.
No, not. He, certainly. Asya, of it. Anyatamam, other. Kinchit, anything. Asram, weapon. Prati, counter. Avakarishanam, reactionary. Jahi, subdued. Ashrateja, the glare of this weapon. Unnadam, very powerful. Astragna, expert in military science. He, as a matter of fact. Astra Tejasa, by the influence of your weapon. Translation: O Arjuna, only another Brahmastra.
O Arjuna, only an translation. O Arjuna, only another Brahmastra can counterattack this weapon. Since you are expert in the military science, subdue this weapon's glare with the power of your own weapon. Purport: by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. For the atomic bombs, there is no counter weapon to neutralize the effects. But by subtle science, the action of a Brahmastra can be counterattacked. And those who were expert in the military science in those days could counteract the Brahmastra. The science of Dronacharya, the son of Dronacharya, did not know the art of counteracting the weapon, and therefore Arjuna was asked to counteract it by the power of his own weapon.
Text 29, Canto 1, Chapter 7. Suta Vacha Shrutva Bhagavata Proktam Falgunaha Paraviraha Srusprasvastam Parikramya Brahmastram Sandade. Suta Goswami Uvacha said, Shrutva, after hearing, Bhagavata, by the personality of Godhead. Proktam, what was said. Falguna, another name of Sri Arjuna. Paraviraha, the killer of the opposing warrior. Sprustva, after touching. Apa, water. Tam, him. Parikramya, circumambulating. Brahman, the Supreme Lord. Brahmastram, the supreme weapon. Sandade, acted on. Translation: Sri Suta Goswami said, hearing this from the personality of Godhead, Arjuna touched water for purification, and after circumambulating Lord Sri Krishna, he cast his Brahmastra weapon to counteract the other one.
Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 30. Samhatyana yonenyam yuboyas tejasi sara sambrite avritya rodasikam cha vavardate arka vahinvat samhatya by combination of anyanam one another, abhyayo of both, tejasi the glary, sara weapons, samvrite covering, avrayata covering, rodasi the complete firmament, kamcha outer space also, vavrat date increasing, araka the sun globe, vahinvat like fire. Translations: when the rays of the two Brahmastras combine, a great circle of fire, like the disk of the sun, covered all outer space and the whole firmament of planets. The purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. The heat created by the flash of Brahmastra resembles the fire exhibited in the sun of globe at the time of cosmic annihilation. The radiations of atomic energy is very insignificant in comparison to the heat produced by Brahmastra. The atomic bomb explosion can at most blow up one globe, but the heat produced by the Brahmastra can destroy the whole cosmic situation. The comparison is therefore made to the heat at the time of annihilations.
Chapter 1, Canto 7, Text 31. Drishtwastra tejas dutayos trilokan papradaham mahat dayamana praja sarva samvartakam amam shata. Drishtva, thus seeing, astra, weapon, teja, heat, tu, but, tayo, of both, trin, three, lokan, planets, pradahat, blazing, mahat, severely, dayamana, burning, praja, population, sarva, all over, samvartakam, the name of the fire which devastates during the annihilation of the universe, amam shata, begin to think. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All the population of the three worlds was scorched by the combined heat of the weapons. Everyone was reminded of the Samvartaka fire which takes place at the time of annihilation. The three worlds are the upper, lower, and intermediate planets of the universe. Although the Brahmastra was released on this earth, the heat produced by the combination of both weapons covered all the universe, and all the populations on all the different planets began to feel the heat excessively and compared it to that of the Samavartaka fire. No planet, therefore, is without living beings, as less intelligent materialistic men think.
Text 30. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, the son of Drona punished. Text 32. Prajopadravam alakshya lokavyatikaram chatam matam cha vasudevasya sanjauha Rajuna Junodvayam.
Praja, the people in general. Upadravam, disturbance. Alakshya, having seen it. Loka, the planets. Vyatikaram, destruction. Cha, also. Tham, that. Matam cha, and the opinion. Vasudevasya, of Vasudeva Sri Krishna. Sanjahara, retracted. Arjuna. Dvayam, both the weapons.
Translation. Thus seeing the disturbance of the general populace and the imminent destruction of the planets, Arjuna at once retracted both Brahmastra weapons as Lord Shri Krishna desired. Purport. The theory that the modern atomic bomb explosions can annihilate the world is a childish imagination. First of all, the atomic energy is not powerful enough to destroy the world. And secondly, ultimately, it all rests on the supreme will of the Supreme Lord. Because without his will or sanction, nothing can be built up or destroyed. It is foolish also to think that natural laws are ultimately powerful. Material nature's law works under the direction of the Lord. As confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that the Lord says there that natural laws work under his supervision. The world can be destroyed only by the will of the Lord and not by the whims of tiny politicians. Lord Sri Krishna desired that the weapons released by Drauni and by both Drauni and Arjuna be withdrawn, and it was carried out by Arjuna at once. Similarly, there are many agents of the all-powerful Lord, and by his will only can one execute what he desires.
Canto 1, Chapter 3, Chapter 7, Text 33. Tata sadya tarasa darunam gautami sutam babandamarsha tam raksha pasum rasanya yata. Tada, thereupon, Asadya arrested. Tarasa, dexterously, Darunam, dangerous, Gautami Sutam, the son of Gautami. Babanda, bound up. Amarsha, angry. Tam Raksha, with copper red eyes. Pashum, animal. Rasanaya, by ropes. Yata, as it were. Translation. Arjuna, his eyes blazing in anger like two red balls of copper, dexterously arrested the son of Gautami and bound him with ropes like an animal. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ashwadhama's mother, Kripi, was born in the family of Gautama. The significant point in this sloka is that Ashwadhama was caught and bound up with ropes like an animal. According to Sridhara Swami, Arjuna was obliged to catch this son of a Brahmana like an animal as a part of his duty, dharma. This suggestion by Sridhara Swami is also confirmed in the later statement of Sri Krishna. Ashwadhama was a bona fide son of Dronacharya and Kripi, but because he had degraded himself to a lower status of life, it was proper to treat him as an animal and not as a Brahmana.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 34. Siberia nistinam rajva badva rupimam balat param praharjunam prakruptiyo bhagavan abhujikshana. Siberia, on the way to the military camp. Ni Stanam, while bringing him. Rajva, by the rope. Badva, bound of. Ripum, the enemy. Balat, by force. Praha, said. Arjunam, unto Arjuna. Prakupitiha, in an energy mood. Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. Ambuja Ikshanaha, who looks with his lotus eyes. Translation. After binding Ashwatthama, Arjuna wanted to take him to the military camp. The personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, looking on with his lotus eyes, spoke to Arjuna in an angry mood. Purport by Sri Aishi Bhaktivedanta Swami. Yeah. Both Arjuna and Lord Krishna are described here in an angry mood, but Arjuna's eyes were like balls of red copper, whereas the eyes of Lord were like lotuses. This means that angry mood of Arjuna and that of the Lord are not on the same level. The Lord is transcendence, and thus he is absolute in any stage. His anger is not like an anger of a conditioned living being within the modes of qualitative material nature. Because he is absolute, both his anger and pleasure are the same. His anger is not exhibited in the three modes of material nature, and it is only a sign of his bent of mind towards the cause of his devotee, because that is his transcendental nature. Therefore, even if he is angry, the object of anger is blessed. He is unchanged in all circumstances.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 35. Mainam partarhasi tratum brahma bandhum bimam jahi yoshav anagasha suptan avadi nishi balakan. Ma emam, never unto him. Partha, O Arjuna, arhasi, ought to, tratum, give release, brahmabandhum, a relative of a brahmana, imam, him, jai, kill, ya, he who has, asau, those, anagasha, faultless, suptan, while sleeping, avadit, killed, nishi, at night, balakan, the boys. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Lord Shri Krishna said, O Arjuna, you should not show mercy by releasing this relative of a Brahmana, Brahmabandhu, for he has killed innocent boys in their sleep. The word Brahmabandhu is significant. A person who happens to take birth in the family of a Brahmana but is not qualified to be called a Brahmana is addressed as a relative of a Brahmana and not as a Brahmana. The son of a high court judge is not virtually a high court judge, but there is no harm in addressing a high court judge's son as a relative of the Honorable Justice. Therefore, as by birth only one does not become a high court judge, so also one does not become a Brahmana simply by birthright, but by acquiring the necessary qualifications of a Brahmana. As the high court judgeship is a post for the qualified man, so also the post of a Brahmana is attainable by qualification only. The Shastra explains that if good qualifications are seen in a person born in a family other than that of a Brahmana, the qualified man has to be accepted as a Brahmana, and similarly, if a person born in the family of a Brahmana is void of Brahminical qualification, then he must be treated as a non-Brahmana, or in better terms, a relative of a Brahmana. Lord Shri Krishna, the supreme authority of all religious principles, the Vedas, has personally pointed out these differences, and he is about to explain the reason for this in the following shlokas.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, The son of Drona punished. Text 36. Matam pramatam unmattam suptam balam striyam jadam prapanam viratam bitam naripum hanti dharmavid.
Mattam, careless. Pramattam, intoxicated. Unmattam, insane. Suptam, asleep. Balam, boy. Striyam, woman. Jadam, foolish, Prapannam, surrendered, Viratam, one who has lost his chariot, Beatam, afraid, no, not, Ripum, enemy, Hanti, kill, Dharmavit, one who knows the principles of religion.
Translation. A person who knows the principles of religion does not kill an enemy who is careless, intoxicated, insane, asleep, afraid, or devoid of his chariot. Nor does he kill a boy, a woman, or a foolish creature, or a surrendered soul. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. An enemy who does not resist is never killed by a warrior who knows the principles of religion. Formerly, battles were fought on the principles of religion and not for the sake of sense gratification. If the enemy happened to be intoxicated, asleep, etc., as above mentioned, he was never to be killed. These are some of the codes of religious war. Formerly, war was never declared by the whims of selfish political leaders. It was carried out on religious principles free from all vices. Violence carried out on religious principles is far superior to so-called non-violence.
Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 37. Swaprananya parapranai prapusnati agranah kalah tadvadas tasya hi shreyo yaddoshad yati adah puman. Shwapranan, one's own life, one who paraprana, at the cost of others' lives. Prapusnati, maintains properly. Agurna, shameless. Kala, wretched. Tatvada, killing of him. Tasya, his. He, certainly. Shreya, well-being. Yat, by which. Doshad, by the fault. Yati, goes. Adah, downwards. Puman, a person. Translation. A cruel and wretched person who maintains his existence at the cost of others' lives deserves to be killed for his own well-being. Otherwise, he will go down by his own actions. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. A life for a life is just punishment for a person who cruelly and shamelessly lives at the cost of another's life. Political morality is to punish a person by a death sentence in order to save a cruel person from going to hell. That a murderer is condemned to death sentence by the state is good for the culprit, because in his next life he will not have to suffer for his act of murder. Such a death sentence for the murderer is the lowest possible punishment offered to him. And it is said in the Smriti Sastras that men who are punished by the king on the principle of a life for a life are purified of all their sins, so much so that they may be eligible for being promoted to the planets of heaven. According to Manu, the great author of civic codes and religious principle, even the killer of an animal is to be considered a murderer, because animal food is never meant for the civilized man, whose prime duty is to prepare himself for going back to Godhead. He says that in the act of killing an animal, there is a regular conspiracy by the party of sinners, and all of them are liable to be punished as murderers, exactly like a party of conspirators who kill a human being combinedly. He who gives permission, he who kills the animal, he who sells the slaughtered animal, he who cooks the animal, he who administers distribution of the foodstuff, and at last he who eats such cooked animal food are all murderers, and all of them are liable to be punished by the laws of nature. So no one can create a living being despite all advancement of material science, and therefore no one has the right to kill a living being by one's independent whims. For the animal eaters, the scriptures have sanctioned restricted animal sacrifices only, and such sanctions are there just to restrict the opening of slaughterhouses and not to encourage animal killing. The procedure under which animal sacrifice is allowed in the scriptures is good both for the animal sacrificed and the animal eaters. It is good for the animal in the sense that the sacrificed animal is at once promoted to the human form of life after being sacrificed at the altar, and the animal eater is saved from grosser types of sins, eating meat supplied by organized slaughterhouses, which are ghastly places for breeding all kinds of material affliction to society, country, and the people in general. The material world is itself a place always full of anxieties, and by encouraging animal slaughter, the whole atmosphere becomes polluted more and more by war, pestilence, famine, and many other unwanted calamities.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 38. Pratistrutam cha bhavata panchalyai shrano vaton mama arshiyese srirastasya yaste manin putraha. Prastistram. It is promised, cha, and bhavata, by you, Panchalya, unto the daughter of the king of Panchala, Draupadi. Srinavatiyaha, which was heard, mama, by me personally. Aharshiyeshe, must I bring, Simraha, the head, Tasya, of him, Yaha, whom, Te, your, Manini, consider, Putraha, the killer of your son. Translation. Furthermore, I have personally heard you promise Draupadi that you would bring forth the head of the killer of her sons.
Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 39. Tadausau vadyatam papa atatayatma bandhuha bhartuscha vipriyam vira kritavan kula pamshanaha. Tat, therefore, Asau, this man, vadyatam, will be killed, papa, the sinner, atatayi, assaulter, atma, own, bandhuha, killer of sons, bharta, of the master, cha, also, vipriyam, having not satisfied, vira, O warrior, kritavan, one who has done it, kula pamshanaha, the burnt remnants of the family. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. This man is an assassin and murderer of your own family members. Not only that, but he has also dissatisfied his master. He is but the burnt remnants of his family. Kill him immediately. The son of Dronacharya is condemned here as the burnt remnants of his family. The good name of Dronacharya was very much respected. Although he joined the enemy camp, the Pandavas held him always in respect, and Arjuna saluted him before beginning the fight. There was nothing wrong in that way, but the son of Dronacharya degraded himself by committing acts which are never done by the Dvijas, or the twice-born higher castes. Ashwathama, the son of Dronacharya, committed murder by killing the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi, by which he dissatisfied his master Duryodhana, who never approved of the heinous act of killing the 5 sleeping sons of the Pandavas. This means that Ashwathama became an assaulter of Arjuna's own family members, and thus he was liable to be punished by him. In the Shastras, he who attacks without notice or kills from behind, or sets fire to another's house, or kidnaps one's wife is condemned to death. Krishna reminded Arjuna of these facts so that he might take notice of them and do the needful. Grantra Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. So, thus we finish with Srimad Bhagavatam 1.7.39. We will continue again tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Vand Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Vandamuni Savadana Mate Jahara Prasade Bhai E Bhavatoriya Jai Jahara Prasade Bhai E Bhavatoriya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoy Te Hoy jaha hoy te Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chite te Koriya Ikya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chite te Koriya Ikya Arana Koriyo Mane Asha Arana Koriyo Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Jai Prasade Pure Sarva Asha Jai Prasade Pure Sarva Asha चक्षुदान दिलु जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलु जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश वेदेगा जहर चरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदम जनर बंधु गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदम जनर बंधु लोकेना लोकेर जीवाना लोकेर दीवाना हा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे जया करो दया देह मोरे पद छे ए बेजाज गुष्यु त्रिभुवाना त्रिभुवाना शिला प्रभु पातित पवाना जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा शिला प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु जय गुरुदेवा 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 नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नित्यानामिने नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नित्यानामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी प्राच्यचादिशतारिणे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी प्राच्यचादिशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि बोल Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to his lotus feet with great reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words of emanating from his lotus mouth. Attached to it is lotus feet is perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him, ecstatic prema emanates. By him, ignorance is destroyed. By the scriptures, sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord of master of the devotee. O Lokanath Goswami, O Master, be merciful unto me. Give me speed. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.